The Last Devil to Die by Richard Osman is the fourth book in the Thursday Murder Club series, continuing the thrilling adventures of a group of 4 retirees, Elizabeth, Joyce, Ron, and Ibrahim, who form a club to investigate unsolved crimes. In this novel, the group is thrust into the dangerous world of international crime as they face their most complex and perilous case yet. The plot delves deep into themes of friendship, mortality, betrayal, and the pursuit of justice. Here's a detailed summary of The Last Devil to Die. The story begins by reintroducing the members of the Thursday Murder Club, who reside in Cooper's Chase, a luxury retirement village in Kent. Over the course of the series, they have become skilled amateur detectives solving a number of difficult cases. Elizabeth, a former intelligence agent, Joyce, a former nurse, Ron, a union leader, and Ibrahim, a psychiatrist, have grown closer as friends while honing their investigative skills. In this fourth installment, the stakes are higher than ever as the club is pulled into a case involving drugs, murder, and international criminal networks. Their investigation will test their courage, friendships, and understanding of justice. Here's a detailed summary of The Last Devil to Die. The story begins by reintroducing the members of the Thursday Murder Club, who reside in Cooper's Chase, a luxury retirement village in Kent. Over the course of the series, they have become skilled amateur detectives, solving a number of difficult cases. Elizabeth, a former intelligence agent, Joyce, a former nurse, Ron, a union leader, and Ibrahim, a psychiatrist, have grown closer as friends while honing their investigative skills. In this fourth installment, the stakes are higher than ever as the club is pulled into a case involving drugs, murder, and international criminal networks. Their investigation will test their courage, friendships, and understanding of justice. The discovery of a mysterious package. The central plot of The Last Devil to Die kicks off when a local antique dealer, Kuldesh Sharma, is found dead. His death appears to be connected to a package he had received shortly before his demise. This package, containing stolen heroin, is worth millions and belonged to a dangerous international crime syndicate. Kuldesh's sudden murder and the missing drugs raise suspicions, and soon the Thursday Murder Club finds themselves investigating the case. The antique dealer was well known in the community and had occasionally interacted with the members of the club. His death rattles them, especially since it happens right under their noses. The club members are determined to find out what happened to him, knowing that his death was no mere accident. Tucker C. Elizabeth and Joyce. Old friends, new challenges. As the group delves into the case, Elizabeth takes on a leadership role, as she often does, utilizing her background in intelligence. However, in this novel, she faces a personal challenge that runs parallel to the main mystery. Elizabeth is grappling with her own mortality, aware that her age is catching up with her. The novel explores her internal conflicts as she deals with declining physical abilities and the sense of time running out. On the other hand, Joyce, always cheerful and optimistic, begins to have her own doubts about the nature of their involvement in these dangerous investigations. Joyce, whose diary entries add humor and insight to the narrative, grapples with the idea that they may be in over their heads this time. Despite her reservations, she remains loyal to the club and its mission. The underworld and the police. The drug syndicate's involvement in the plot brings new layers of danger and complexity to the story. The missing heroine belongs to a powerful crime lord known only as the Devil, a ruthless figure who will stop at nothing to recover his drugs. The Thursday Murder Club quickly realizes that they are not only trying to solve a murder, but they are also competing against professional criminals who are equally desperate to find the package. Chris Hudson, a local police officer who has become an ally of the group in previous books, is once again roped into their investigation. Along with his partner, Donna De Freitas, the two police officers find themselves working both with and against the Thursday Murder Club. Their efforts to solve the crime through conventional means are often overshadowed by the club's unorthodox methods. While Chris and Donna are dedicated to protecting the community, they can't help but marvel at how these retirees seem to be one step ahead. The investigation leads them all into the underworld of drug trafficking, where they confront corrupt officials, dangerous dealers, and a network of criminals that spans beyond Britain. Ibrahim's analytical mind. Ibrahim plays a crucial role in the group's investigation, using his background in psychiatry to profile suspects and analyze their behavior. Ibrahim is the most methodical of the group, preferring to rely on logic and psychological insight rather than instinct. As the investigation deepens, he uncovers important clues about Kuldesh's relationships and business dealings that hint at why he might have been targeted. Ibrahim's careful approach contrasts with the more action-oriented strategies of Elizabeth and Ron, but it's often his calm reasoning that brings the group back to focusing on the key details. In this novel, Ibrahim also faces his own personal challenges, dealing with the emotional scars from an earlier attack in the series and confronting the ongoing threat of violence in their current case. Ron and the world of crime. Ron, the former trade union leader, brings his own brand of street-smart toughness to the investigation. His no-nonsense attitude often propels the group forward when they face dangerous or challenging situations. In The Last Devil to Die, Ron's past comes into play when they encounter criminals from a world not unlike the rough labor movements he used to be part of. Despite his age, Ron is still physically imposing and willing to take risks, especially when it comes to protecting his friends. His fiery temper occasionally gets him into trouble, but it also means he's never afraid to stand up to those who seek to intimidate or harm them. A deadly game of cat and mouse. As the Thursday Murder Club gets closer to solving the case, the danger intensifies. They discover that Kuldesh had unwittingly become involved in the drug trade when he agreed to store the heroin for a client, not realizing its true value or the danger it posed. When the crime syndicate learns that the package is missing, they begin to close in on the small retirement village, looking for anyone who might know its whereabouts. The novel builds suspense as the club members find themselves targeted by the syndicate. There are several close calls, with the group narrowly escaping attempts on their lives. Despite these dangers, the club remains undeterred, determined to bring the criminals to justice. The emotional core. Friendship and mortality. One of the strengths of Richard Osman's writing is his ability to balance the thriller elements with deeply emotional and reflective moments. In The Last Devil to Die, the theme of mortality is ever present. As the characters face life-threatening situations, they are also reminded of their own mortality in a more subtle, everyday sense. Elizabeth, in particular, reflects on aging and death, realizing that every investigation they undertake could be their last. The book also delves into the relationships between the club members. Despite their differences in personality and background, the four have formed a deep bond, not just through their shared investigations, but through their experiences of life in its later stages. They are each other's support system, and their friendship becomes even more vital as the case grows more dangerous. The climax, a showdown with the syndicate. The novel builds toward a climactic confrontation between the Thursday Murder Club and the international drug syndicate. As the group uncovers the final pieces of the puzzle, they learn the identity of the devil and the full extent of the criminal organization. The syndicate's leader is revealed to be someone with connections to the local community, adding an element of betrayal to the story. In the final showdown, the Thursday Murder Club, with the help of Chris and Donna, manage to outwit the syndicate. The missing drugs are recovered, and the criminals are brought to justice. However, the victory comes at a cost, as the group is forced to confront the reality of the risks they've taken. Conclusion, reflections, and new beginnings. The Last Devil to Die ends on a reflective note, as the club members look back on the events that transpired. There is a sense of closure regarding the case, but also an acknowledgement that their lives will never return to the quiet routine of retirement. They have become accustomed to the thrill of solving mysteries, and it's clear that more adventures lie ahead. Elizabeth, Joyce, Ron, and Ibrahim each take stock of their lives, contemplating their future both as individuals and as a group. The novel leaves readers with the sense that, while they may be getting older, they are far from done with their investigative work. Themes and analysis, friendship and loyalty. The bond between the Thursday Murder Club members is central to the novel. Their loyalty to one another drives much of the plot, as they work together to solve the case and protect each other from harm. The novel explores the nuances of friendship in old age, showing how these relationships can be just as deep and meaningful as those formed in youth. Mortality and aging. A recurring theme throughout the novel is the idea of mortality. Each of the characters is acutely aware of their advancing age and the limitations that come with it. However, rather than succumbing to these limitations, they push against them, finding new purpose in their later years. Crime and justice. The novel also raises questions about justice and morality. The members of the Thursday Murder Club operate outside the law in many ways, using unconventional methods to solve crimes. Yet they are driven by a strong sense of right and wrong, often succeeding where traditional law enforcement fails. Humor and humanity. Despite the dark themes of murder and crime, Osman's writing is infused with humor and humanity. The characters' quirks, their witty banter, and Joyce's diary entries provide moments of levity that balance the tension of the plot. Conclusion: The Last Devil to Die is a gripping and emotionally resonant entry in the Thursday Murder Club series. Richard Osman masterfully weaves together suspense, humor, and heartfelt moments, creating a novel that not only keeps readers on the edge of their seats, but also makes them reflect on the deeper themes of